Hey guys, so today we'll look at something different. I was looking to upgrade my TV's audio with a soundbar and I saw that Xiaomi had a pretty interesting model, the Mi Sound Bar. But I also knew that Sonos had a pretty well-reviewed unit, the Beam. So I was sent the Xiaomi one from Banggood and then I purchased separately the Sonos Beam. So here we are today to see which one I kept. So the Xiaomi soundbar comes in a brown box with styrofoam to protect it. In the box you'll get the soundbar itself alongside an SBDF cable with RCA connectors, wall screws and the power brick. It's a fairly simple packaging and you might need additional cables depending on what your TV offers. Physically the soundbar looks really good. It has a fabric speaker cover at the front which I think looks really nice. The rest of the body is made out of white plastic and it feels pretty solid overall. On top you'll find all the controls. You can either control the volume or change the input source, which are Bluetooth, auxiliary, RCA, and optical over Toslink or an RCA cable. These inputs are all located at the back alongside the power connector and the on-off switch. You also get holes to hook it on the wall, as well as rubber pads under it if you prefer to have it on a media unit. This soundbar has a total of 8 drivers, so 2 tweeters, 2 woofers, and 4 radiators for a louder bass. The total RMS wattage equals to 28. Other than that, it's quite standard. It has no smart abilities and cannot be connected over Wi-Fi. It doesn't have a remote and cannot be controlled via an app, so you need to be near the bar to have full control over the volume. My TV is already on the wall, so to prevent me from drilling new holes, I bought a Visa kit to attach it to the TV instead. And it's a fairly easy process. By using the holes to wall mount the soundbar, you can secure it in place and it doesn't look too bad. After a bit of work, I got it to look decent, although a few cables were still hanging. Now if we take a look at the Sonos, it comes well packaged in a branded box. You only get a few accessories, which are an HDMI cable, an HDMI to Toslink adapter, and a power cable. The only inputs it supports are over Wi-Fi and a digital input over HDMI ARC or Toslink with the adapter. There's no way to connect an analog source to it, but HDMI ARC is a really good option as you can control the soundbar's volume with your TV remote, and this is probably the way most people should go with if their TV has an HDMI port that supports ARC. At the back, you only get an HDMI port for inputs, an Ethernet port for a direct connection to your router, and a power input. It has touch controls on top so you can play or pause what's playing, next, previous, volume up or down, and you can mute the included mic as well. This bar has 4 woofers and 1 tweeter, so more woofers but 1 less tweeter than the Xiaomi. And you get 3 radiators for bass instead of 4. I wasn't able to find the total RMS watt measure, but I would think it's either similar to the Xiaomi or higher. You also have built-in microphones to reduce echo, and they let you calibrate the bar automatically based on your room's acoustics, and you can also manually play with the built-in equalizer. It has Amazon Alexa built-in and now Google Assistant as well. Features I haven't tried in depth because the Xiaomi soundbar has no smart capabilities, so it's not really comparable. And finally, you also get AirPlay 2, so it's way easier to use compared to Bluetooth if you want to play something from your Apple devices. Installing the Beam on the wall is not as easy though, as there are no mounting holes at the back, so you need an adapter, which Sonos sells for a hefty price, so I went with a copy on Amazon for less than half the price, and it worked well. Paired with the Visa bracket I had for the Xiaomi bar, it worked like a charm. And you get to secure it with 2 screws under the bracket as well. So we can definitely agree that the Sonos is more feature-packed than the Xiaomi, and I guess that's normal since it's more than 3 times the price. But what about the sound? Here's a variety of sound tests to compare them against each other. So although it doesn't give the full picture compared to a test in real life, I can say that the Sonos definitely sounds better than the Xiaomi. It has better bass and a more defined stereo separation. It's more detailed and better suited for the room. Keep in mind that I went through the whole setup to calibrate the beam according to my room as well. At higher volumes, the Xiaomi starts to sound harsh, while the Sonos still sounds balanced and with plenty of bass. I plan on buying the Sonos subwoofer if I kept the Beam, but now even if I keep it, I'm not sure I'll even need a sub as it's quite bass heavy already. I have to say that the Xiaomi sounds really good considering the price. It's definitely better than any TV's built-in speakers. Now to the pros and cons. Which did I end up picking? Well, I went with the Sonos Beam. The main downside really is the price. These two soundbars are not really comparable in that regard. The Beam beats the Mi in pretty much all aspects. The only place where the Xiaomi has more features are the analog inputs, and it has Bluetooth as well. On the other hand, I don't need the analog inputs personally, and streaming over Wi-Fi is generally less of a hassle anyway. Not only that, the integration with my phone, the flawless switching from being a wireless speaker to being the TV soundbar, and the overall sound quality makes it worth it for me. The Xiaomi sounds amazing for the price, and being less than a third of the price of the Sonos, it definitely doesn't sound 3 times worse. But it has no way to be controlled remotely out of the box. Seems like you can do it with a Mi remote from Xiaomi though, but still not from your TV directly. The only way to adjust the sound from your TV remote is by using the RCA or auxiliary inputs, and the sound quality seems to reduce while doing so, and the overall sound quality is still inferior to the Sonos. I still think that it's a great value considering the price, and it will sound much better than most TV's built-in speakers, and it doubles as a great Bluetooth speaker as well. I also really like how it looks. It fits well in a modern living room. So if you have the budget and want the premium experience, Sonos is definitely the way to go. But if sound quality on a budget is the most important aspect, then the Xiaomi Mi Sound Bar would be a better option. So that wraps it up for today's video. I'd like to make more content not related to mechanical keyboards in the future, so let me know what type of content you'd like to see down below. I would definitely like to make more PC setup videos. Anyway, affiliate links to both of these soundbars will be available down below, so feel free to use them and help the channel at the same time. And as always, don't forget to leave a like if you did, and if you didn't, just let me know why down below. Otherwise, don't forget to subscribe if you still haven't already, as I'll see you in the next video.